So we'll get started. Everybody, you all know James. He joins us most weeks, and he's going to be choking on his coffee this morning.
Sorry.
He's from Colorado, and we are going to be talking about ChatGPT today and training it to talk like you. So welcome.
Well, thank you, Kristen. Appreciate being here. Always nice to see your faces.
You as well.
Yeah, we got the whole crew. Yeah, so does anyone here, just show of hands, have you done much with your ChatGPT on setting it up to kind of talk like yourself or putting in some information in either customized instructions or set up a GPT builder? Anyone mess with that at all? Okay.
We finished.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so I will just pull this up here. So yeah, we'll just start with doing that. So I was on here, what? I don't know, probably back in November.
Yeah.
November.
I
Yeah.
was on
So
vacation. That's how I know.
yeah. So yeah, that I think right then is when we had GPT builders come out like 3 days beforehand. So that's very exciting. So now that's actually kind of changed everything on how I use ChatGPT from the last time. So if you know, well, I guess you guys haven't set up your stuff yet anyway, so I guess we'll go into the new way. So, yeah, I'll share my screen here.
Sure. Now, before we start, do you need to
Yes.
have a paid ChatGPT account, or can just anybody use it, or anybody
So
use the techniques you're going to teach us?
everything I'm going to go over, I have the paid ChatGPT account that I've had for, well, since it started, like a year ago.
Yeah.
So some of this might not be in, ChatGPT 3.5, but the thing is, it's $20 a month. If you have Netflix and you don't want to get ChatGPT, get rid of Netflix and get ChatGPT. It's worth it. It's going to save you time. I use it literally every other hour of the day, and it's a huge time-saving tool. And especially what I'm going to show you here is really going to help you save a lot of time. And rather than having like, well, that sounds super generic. You guys probably notice like on a ChatGPT, a lot of times it starts if you want to write an email, it says, I hope this email finds you well. All right. I don't know any Americans who actually write like that. Like I know like, maybe people from India that they like learn English and then that's how they do it. But like does anyone here start with I hope this email finds you well? I don't. So yeah, so that's why it's important to kind of get this down so it doesn't use all of those phrases and stuff that are just not how us. When I say Americans, I'm also including all North Americans,
Americans.
all my Canadian friends up here too. So, but hey, but that's 50% of you Canadians live south of South Dakota. I think
Pretty
so.
much. I
Yeah.
think some of the BC people here live a little bit further north, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For $20 US a month, this is definitely worthwhile. Yeah. Now should I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. There's actually some new ChatGPT features that came out too. They'll go over as well. So I already have, so up here you have your GPT builders, and I believe this is only on Pro. So if you don't have Pro, you might just buy it right now. And then you can go to like Explore GPTs, and that's where you can find a lot of pre-built GPTs. Now, what a GPT is, it's a predefined set of rules that you wanted your threads to be. So you can enter in a lot of information. So the GPTs have made this super easy. Before we used to go to here and like customize ChatGPT and stuff. And so like you can see here, like, hey, I'm James Hund. Kind of says a little bit about myself in this first box and kind of like about my speaking style. And then this is like how I want it to respond and how I want the output to be. So I believe I actually might have gotten this one from Ryan Foreman on this one, which works really well. Basically, it says a lot of stuff about how to avoid AI detection which can start becoming very important, especially if you're doing like blog posting. So that's how we used to do it, or I used to do it. And so I still have that in there. A lot of people have just deleted that, who use ChatGPT a lot. Because now what I do, I start pretty much every chat with my James writing style or James speaking style. Now what I have this GPT do is try and have it write as much as possible how I write and speak as how I speak and my mannerisms. Now, how we set that up, you're gonna click on Export GPTs, and then you could go to Create here. And then when you create, you get this blank GPT, and then this is where you can just like start typing however you want. It's like, hey, your job is to create emails and write in my style. Ask me.
Hey, James.
Hey, there's a man.
Sorry, a little late today. I knew you'd be able to hold down the fort.
Yeah, I was waiting for my Sean King intro after last time. Like, oh yeah, James.
I'll give you a really sweet outro when you're done.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it, Sean. Love you.
All right, back to business.
Yeah, ask me any questions you have to help you write in my style. So what's kind of cool about the GPT builder, you don't need to know like all these different prompts. Kind of prompts are kind of going out the window now. Because if you, I would say do not buy anyone's packet of 500 prompts for $1,000, which I actually, maybe I'll just do that just to get some income, because it's super easy, but like, you don't need to do that. Those guys are all cons. I mean, so that's gonna ask you about email mimic, but I just want to show you that real quick because we don't have the information we need to do this. So Sean, do you mind if I craft a GPT in your writing style?
Absolutely.
And I can
Make
also
it-
share.
Make it
So-
very Sean-esque.
Sean-esque. Okay. So I can also share this GPT with you when I'm done, which is really cool, especially if you have like virtual assistants and stuff. So like my VA, I shared my GPT on, my writing style. So when I'm having her, craft newsletters or, social media posts, this like sounds more like me. And also able to like amplify my output due to having a VA and having ChatGPT. So if you have a VA, this is really nice because then they can spend the time on crafting all your stuff and posting it for you. And I check her since she's newer now. So what I do,
You think prompts are dead? Sorry.
all kind of.
Wow, that was
I mean,
fast.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot as far as knowing it, but like, it's a language-based model. It's a chat model, so it's kind of more of like chat. And so I might go down. I'll get back into that because there's a certain way that you do it to get your threads. So to save time, you prime it. You kind of tell it, kind of give it the scenario. You're not asking it to do any output yet, but you prime it, you give it a lot of information until you got that all dialed down so it knows on that thread what you're looking for. Now, when I say prompts are dead, I'm there is prompts to help summarize what you want it to output. So I'm going to just, since I start with all my stuff, James writing style. Now, this is going to basically create like a clean slate. The only thing it knows is what I've already put into the GPT builder. It doesn't look at my customized instructions. Now, my customized instructions, especially with having like 2 YouTube channels, doing 3 different, businesses, basically, it can get kind of confused and like to start talking about like everything being Denver. I'm like, well, no, this isn't about my Denver production. This is about my AI training and coaching. So So that's where I'll start here. Now, with the new thing with this, so another thing, plugins, which the last time I was talking about, we were using a lot of plugins to do this. They are, the rumor is they're going to get rid of ChatGPT plugins.
Every time I learn something, they replace it or get rid of it. What the hell? No prompts, no plugins.
Exactly. That's why I do a mastermind specifically on this, because it's like every time it's like changing. So
James, does that mean they're just going to integrate like everything into one chat GPT, like one chat?
yeah. So basically, well, like right here, rather than having to do like AI PDF reader and stuff, like the plugin on that, and then you also do another plugin. I use Link Reader to search the internet. Now it can do all of that just from like a new chat.
Yeah, I'm not upset about that, because finding all the different plugins, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to do this. So that I
Yep.
think that's actually good news.
Yeah, 95% of what you'll do, you can just start a new chat, and like you even have Dolly 3 with it. So even if like I just create a new GPT without using a GPT builder, I can still, like, it has Dolly 3 browsing analysis, so you can upload PDFs, you can upload pictures. So a lot of times, oh, for example, so Kristen posted a good prompt the other day. I believe that was you, Kristen, on your broadcast and stuff.
Yeah.
So if I don't know if I was able to copy it or not, but let's say some of the apps you can't necessarily copy and paste very easily. So what I'll do, I'll just screenshot it, and then I'll just upload it here and just say, hey, give me the text of what this says.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah. So that's a huge time saver. I use that a lot. Like maybe not every day, but maybe every other day I use that. So now let's start with getting Shawn's writing style down. So first, I will, when Shawn was on my mastermind, I uploaded it to YouTube, and then oh wait, no, this is actually otter.ai. So otter.ai, I'm sure you probably see it several times on like Zoom calls when people don't know that they can turn off it, like texting to everyone saying, hey, I'm this autopilot for James, like follow along and click here. Well, I obviously have that turned off. So when that's
Otter, I
Otter.
hardly know her.
Oh my God.
I like that.
Carry on.
Okay, so I have this PDF of Shawn, and I guess I could just pull it up and kind of show you what that PDF shows. Where it my downloads. So basically, so Shawn was on Agent Power Hour, my mastermind, and so I have here, it's labeled by my name, his name, and everything, and then I can go through and Adams and everything else. So now it knows which one is Shawn. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take that.
James, real quick.
Yeah.
To get that transcript, was that a ChatGPT plugin or Otter plugin?
No, Otter is a well, kind of a website.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
it's not their own plugin. Okay.
yeah. So you can get the free version, and then you can get I believe 30 minutes of transcripts for free.
Okay.
And
is it the same as just if I say I uploaded our video to YouTube and use the ChatGPT plugin, and it just does the transcript? Is it similar to that, or like this just literally breaks it down word for word?
yeah, so so it's similar to that, but with Otter, it will so if I just upload this to YouTube, it's not going to have each speaker done.
Okay. Okay.
I use that a lot. So that's actually a good point. So you can use Otter to, like, if you talk a lot, like on a Zoom call, like Shawn, like you do on this one, or if you're ever like Well, yeah. So, so Otter's one way to do it, and that's the way we're gonna go through. The other way to do it is, we'll go to my YouTube channel where I upload this. And if you guys haven't subscribed to Elevated Realtors, please do. This is a channel where I post my masterminds on AI topics and also just general real estate knowledge, and like kind of helping real estate agents. So
I highly recommend you follow James too. If there's one person keeping up with ChatGPT and AI, it's this guy.
yeah.
Can
Thanks,
you
man.
see me?
All right. So this, can I see you?
Yeah.
I cannot.
Oh, I
Okay.
can. Oh my God, you have a
Oh, there he is.
mustache.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ,
gotta
you're
shave.
French.
I know I gotta shave badly. All right, carry on. I'll stop interrupting. I came in late. I was just being a jackass.
So here's the other way to do it. So this is actually the mastermind that you were on as a guest. And so I can download this YouTube summary plugin, and I can copy that transcript, and I can do it the same way. Now, so if you do a lot of YouTube videos and you got a lot of content on there, take that, and then you can also do it the same way with this plugin, copy transcript, throw it in there. So basically you're just trying to get a transcript of you talking naturally as much as possible. So I think, because it was November, someone was asking about, what if I don't talk a lot on Zoom? What if I don't like have a YouTube and stuff? I'm like, all right, well, you're going to Thanksgiving. You're going to be talking to like friends and family there. So why don't you just you can also download Otter as the app, and you can hit record on that too. And then so like when you're talking, just naturally just have your phone out and just hit record on that. Now, I use this like for my own personal information on like listing appointments, buyers presentations and stuff like that. So people, so I can kind of analyze how I did, what they responded to, the things, if I mess up somewhere, how I can improve. So that's another way to use it that I like too, because everyone has a different personality, and so you can always hone your sales skills. I know a lot of realtors say that they don't sell, like bullshit. You're selling houses, like that's your deal. If you're not selling, then you're not working well enough with the clients to get them what they want, because that's what sales is to get the clients what they want, and with the product you have. So, or if you don't have the product, then that, but we're all in real estate, so we can always find them the product that suits them. Now all right, so I uploaded a transcript with Shawn, and so what I'm going to do is actually, I am going to use a prompt that's already done, that I already have to get this, just so it's a time saver. I am Shawn King, and I want
You wish.
I don't know about that. So I want you to basically, I want you to analyze this provided transcript of my speech to identify and understand my unique speaking style. So we're going to go into like personality traits, tonality, common words and phrases, examples of each aspect, and that's all we're going to do on this, to try and get that down. Now you can also just like chat with it. Hey, what's the tone of this, of my speaking style, or my speaking style, my tone? Creativity and humor. Your speech is peppered with creative examples and humor, and how you describe your experiences and idea. Assertiveness. Enthusiastic and passionate, educational with personal touch, empathetic. Sentence structures varies in length, this is good because to avoid AI detection, you want varied sentence lengths, because most of us talk with sometimes a little longer sentences, sometimes very just short and to the point.
Wait, so ChatGPT just said all this stuff about me?
Yeah.
Dude. Aw.
Yep. So
I'm blushing.
so does that sound like you, Shawn?
I would have added like sensual in there, but the rest of it's true.
Okay. And sensual.
I was just kidding, but
Anything in there about Shawn yelling at his friends?
yeah, screaming at people if they don't do the right.
So, Sean, your content violates usage policies.
Oh yeah, all right, fair enough.
Uh, so it's basically saying that you are kind of doing that already. So it's basically saying that, yeah, Sean, we get your sensual, but we're not gonna,
Does
use
it give you like where you can improve? Like, can it say where does he lack?
Now, I guess so. What it's going to ask me if I ask that is like, okay, in what context? So what
How
about?
can he or how can he improve on his presentation? I don't know. I was just curious. I like constructive criticism from robots.
Okay, how about we do this? How can he improve if he is speaking to 1,000 realtors on a stage?
Who
So
don't
give it
know
a
how to
little
use an
context.
iPhone?
You need to refine your emotional engagement, Sean. There you go.
It's true. I am emotionless.
Master
Master
your
stage
stage presence, audience interaction.
Oh, it's just
Build
giving basic tips. It's not giving like tailored tips, really. That's okay though.
what's telling you, Taylor.
Well, I wanted to be like, yo, you stuttered here. You said too many times. You like blinked a lot. Your face looked bad. I wanted some of that stuff.
Sean,
That's
I'll do
okay.
that for free. You don't even need a robot.
Thank you. I have Kristen for that. Thank you.
Well, it can't really like if you pause a lot, it's obviously not going to notice. This
Yeah,
is a
true.
transcript. But we could ask it about filler words, like right, which is all my filler words too. And I mean, yeah, yep. But it's also common in conversational speech. So if you're looking to step up your game to speak to like 1,000 people, then that is he motivational? Oh, actually, you know what? What audience?
This is just great for people. If like say you're doing videos, you can run it through here and see how you can improve. You know what I mean? If you're trying to be doing helpful stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and you get kind of a bias, like you don't have to like run it by anyone else. You get the computer helping you.
Yeah. So like what audience setting would he be good at?
A below 100 IQ.
I I was thinking motivational
He would
speaking,
thrive on the short bus.
classroom, giving a speech on
Grade 8 learning level.
bus. How about we're just gonna do to a sports team?
This is actually really cool, man. I like this.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I learned so much from ChatGPT stuff, like an AI from you, like more than anyone.
Thanks, man. I'm coming out with a course here in a little bit too. So, but
Of course you are.
there it is again. Give me your engaging creativity, speaking style. You'd excel in a variety of audience settings. Motivational speaking seems like a natural fit. Classroom environments would also benefit from your educational and approachable manner. You know what, actually? So since we're already right here, I'm just going to go ahead and go into this. So a cool new thing just came out a few days ago in ChatGPT. Now, I had this set to talk like Scarlett Johansson. So now, if you want it to read aloud, you can just press this.
Given your engaging, creative, and personal speaking style, along with your ability to connect emotionally and use humor effectively, you'd excel in a variety of audience settings. Motivate.
So can you guys hear that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so they have like if you go here to settings, now they have this speech thing and you can change the voice. So Sky is Scarlett Johansson off of Her, that movie back in like 2014, 2013, I think. And then there's the other ones, I forgot exactly which was it, The Martian, maybe? They have the robot in there. That's one of them. So you can like change it to what you want, and then you can go to here and then have a different
Given
voice.
your engaging, creative, and personal speaking style, along with your ability to connect emotionally and use humor effectively, you'd excel in a variety of audience settings.
So that's a new plugin on the desktop version. Now, of course, like on a ChatGPT voice one, it will read back to you while you're chatting with it, of course. But this one, I assume they're going to incorporate that into this desktop version. I believe this is probably the first step, and that's just, you know, a hypothesis of mine. But you know, that's a brand new feature on here on ChatGPT. So what we're gonna do now, we have, well, we'll just go to this information. So gonna go take all this where it says personality traits. Oops. I copy this. Now we are gonna build a GPT. So go to create here. Now,
What is a GPT?
GPT is basically a predefined set of prompts. How you want to start your thing. So kind of what we're doing. So most of my GPTs are starting with James writing style, and that's how I start most of my threads. And
So that's not just for ChatGPT. A GPT is a thing. That's cool. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
GPT Builder, and so this came out back in, I think, November.
Can you
but
ask ChatGPT to write me my own ChatGPT so I can sell it?
yeah, I mean, so what after we get this done, I can go over here, and then I can go to share with anyone with the link, and then you can use that GPT for your own stuff. So there's now I believe they're gonna start allowing you to kind of monetize it in the future, but right now, you know, you can have these GPTs. There's a lot of like public GPTs that you can use. So I mean, yeah, you could like create a course and stuff, and like, hey, in this course, I have this GPT on how to craft a perfect YouTube script.
Need clients to write an offer.
Right now?
Yep.
Sure.
Sorry.
Oh. So yeah, so we're just gonna do that. Put this in here off that transcript and what it told us about there. You will create a GPT to talk like Shawn King and his. Let me just put that in here. So now it's going to update a GPT. It's going to go the configure, which is the instructions. It'll automatically put that in here. Now in these instructions too, you can look at it and you can also add to it if you want. That's kind of more high level. So I would start with just taking your GPT and so then it's going to ask me, hey, what name this Shawn King chat, and then so you can tell it, okay, let's name it Shawn King sensual speaking style, if it'll let me. Now it's probably going to ask me what image it wants to do, like a thumbnail for it. Okay, yeah, so it's already generating it. I'm interested in what it's going to generate for that picture.
I hope it's a guy with a mustache.
a French mustache.
I hope it makes my hairline look good.
What?
I hope it makes my hairline look good.
Oh, that's an interesting. Oh, because it's taken a lot because you were talking about social media and
It has my eyes.
so yeah, you can accept it.
That's what my farts smell like. Sorry, bad joke.
Yours and other ones were better, I would say.
It's always awkward. I can't hear anyone laugh.
I laughed because it was so fucking stupid.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was that mode?
Of course it was.
Of course
Thank
it was.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for laughing. Makes me feel better.
So now we have so now let's just go to configure and see what it wrote. You'll talk like Sean King, known for creativity, humor, sincerity. I don't know about that. So
Definitely not sincerity.
we'll take that one out there.
Approachability. I hate when people approach me.
Yeah, but you're just
Zero
approaching.
empathy for anyone but myself. The rest is true.
We're just gonna go ahead and keep it so it doesn't.
Humor should have a U in it. We're in Canada here.
A
Yeah.
and
One more time for the audience. Which program? Because this is not ChatGPT. So which program is this?
Yeah, this is ChatGPT. It's a GPT.
Oh, this is.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so an
that's the
honor.
thing that people learn when they come on time. So
Zing.
Yes, I have a teammate to help me make fun of Shawn today.
This is bullshit.
so yeah,
Where's
so
PA? I need some backup.
so yeah, you can turn on and off if you want it to web browse, Dolly 3 image generation, which of course I keep all that on. So now what's the first thing? So now it's asking us questions. What's the first thing you like to tweak or add more detail on? Shawn is known for his semi-humorous reels about real estate, and he is in the greater GTA Canada area. He is also a real estate agent. So now it's gonna know a little bit more that you're a real estate agent, and you know where you're located. So I don't have that on mine, but just because you know I use it for so many different things, so I don't want it always saying, "Oh, Denver real estate," and just kind of focusing on that because I can add that once I have this GPT, I can add that stuff into that prompt. Like, hey, this is for my YouTube channel, Elevated Realtors. And you know the focus of this channel is you know educational content for real estate agents, primarily focused on AI content, stuff like that. So Shawn was in with a signature creativity and humor. Is there anything else that you would like to add to this, Shawn?
Yeah. Add some big titties.
Okay.
Shawn just
So
can't help himself.
so now now this is where you can tweak it without like you know going through here and then because it's going to configure and it could change a whole bunch of this stuff with just like one simple sentence in here. So what you want to do is you know we can go over here actually. So how I test this, I go to like if you have a well we're just gonna use this kind of a bad example, but what I'll do like I'll like you know like I'll take like an email that I've written before or something like that, like just a paragraph, and I'll put it in there and like rewrite this like how I speak, and then and I'll see how it comes out. And if it starts like saying, hey, I hope this email finds you well, like, hey, I don't speak like that, and then I'll have it like, hey, these are words I don't use, and then I'll just keep on going through it. So we'll just rewrite this in Shawn's style. But this is kind of the prompt, but it's just because I had it up. Let's dive into this. Like we're digging into the heart of the GTA real estate market on a sunny Sunday afternoon. All right. So
That says I, not A. Just so you know. A is
A?
E, but it's okay. I.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how Canadians speak.
Aye, that's fucking Scottish, bro.
So what we can do, so yeah, it's a very doing a very casual, your tone's got more variety than the Toronto skyline and stuff. Of course, when it's like humor, ChatGPT can kind of get some humor, but like, ChatGPT is not going to say like big titties and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. ChatGPT generally is bad for jokes, but sometimes they're good at helping me like come up with ideas and I make the joke better.
Yeah.
But like they're not good at like I try and get jokes going in there for my newsletters, but sometimes they'll give me good premises if that makes sense.
So, so like every Tuesday, I send like an email to like my well, I don't want to put too much publicly on here, but so this is like the emails. So I'll just kind of free write it and add the information, and then have it rewrite the emails, so it's all structured and save me a lot of time from getting all that structure. So here is my update on some listings I have. So I'm telling them about the month supply, where we're at, my recommendations of where we should price it next week, and like if we don't get this many showings this week, and then we should drop it to this price. So very kind of clear structure. So that's what I sent to my clients, and then so now we can yeah. So this is kind of a little bit more. So I went and I checked out some properties. So now this is like kind of talking like you. So Shawn, read this and look through and see where it could improve on your speaking style or your writing style.
Sorry, I'm talking to a muted mic here.
Oh.
You want me to see where it can improve?
Yeah. I mean, is this how you would write, or what?
So a nice little bump in the average closing price. That does sound like me.
Yeah. What about looky-loos for property?
Yeah, I would definitely use looky loo.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely do a little looky loo.
And that took us like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah.
Keeping your phrases nimble. I would never use the word nimble.
Okay. Do not
Your
use
phrases maybe fimble.
words like nimble.
Sprint into the prime time. I wouldn't say sprint into prime time, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's like generally how I like speak. I would change some of the words, but it's pretty freaking good. I must say.
Okay. Cool. So now we're gonna update that and say, hey, we did not use words like nimble. And you can keep on going through this, and that's what's great about this preview, because when you're previewing, it's not changing anything on there. And similar jargon. So now we can do this again.
I don't like words that rhyme either, like prime time. I don't like rhyming words. They're very like dad-esque.
So, Shawn's.
But it doesn't matter. Like even if this gives me the gist of it, and I change a couple of words. That's awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, really, without like stopping and stuff, we got.
And over time, it'll catch on to me more and more.
Yeah, I mean, I tweak this quite a bit. Like I constantly, not constantly, but like every other week, I probably change a little something like, hey, on there. So this is written like how I talk, or at least it's kind of the more professional way that I write. Oh yeah, we forgot to change. Hey, Cindy. Well, so let's talk shop about what's happening on the ground. A little sneak peek tour around our hood yesterday, and let me tell you, it's like the real estate version of the Olympics out there. Got a new player in town. So now flipping the script to the single family scene, our neighborhood's got another contender. So let's see. So here's a game plan. Let's watch how our new price tags perform this weekend like hawks. If we're not pointing at least 3 showings on average, I'm thinking to get this a little nudge down to 625. So it doesn't have nimble, right? Our pricing strategy is flexible as our yoga instructor to catch the spring and early summer wave. I would say that kind of sounds like you.
It's definitely like on par with how I speak. It's just like I would just change the odd word. You know what I mean? Like it's for sure. Here's the game plan. I would definitely say that to a client.
Yeah. So you get the you
I
know,
wouldn't say the Hawks thing. Like, I don't add like a freaking what do you call it? Fucking noun to every adverb, whatever it is, to everything. But
yeah, and then so you can keep on playing with that. So like I
yeah,
say, would you like to tweak? So you can just keep on going through that, and then you just keep on, talking like, and keep on. I usually like when I'm tweaking it before, like if I'm ever changing it, I try and stick with the same like email or whatever, and seeing what it's like. Okay, I don't say mixed bag, and like, hey, do not use words like mixed bag. If you're good, like did good in English class and pay attention to what the preposition and a noun and a verb is. I mean, I guess I only know what a noun and verb is, but I didn't do well in my English class, but I can write really well. But calling it, because I'm like, when am I ever going to use this in 6th grade English class? Like, why do I need to know what a freaking preposition is? Like, I know how to write, like, and I write pretty well. But now with ChatGPT, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't know what that is when you're calling it. Like, I hope this email finds you well. Like, what's that called? Like, so I could just like hit them all. So that's helpful if you have like that kind of knowledge to do that. Like, hey, I don't use these phrases and stuff like that. So yeah, so let's just say that's pretty decent. Oh shoot, sorry, 48 minutes in. I see there's a lot of questions. So I'll go ahead and confirm. And then so now, and I put anyone with a link. So now I can, oops. Actually, I
Oh
had it
my
right there.
God. You can send us this link and we can all talk like Sean King now.
Yep. So now I can copy the link and I can drop this in the chat.
you guys will all drive each other crazy talking
Yeah.
like meeting each other.
So now
You'll all rage quit each other.
So now you can all have access to this right here and be right where I'm at. So now we have this where create me a humorous '60-second reel for Instagram with a caption. Oh yeah, we said that. Our hero,
Hey,
that's
buckle up, buddy.
yeah, our hero, that's you, by the way. Yeah, main character syndrome for sure. So the GPT already picked up on that on Shawn.
Make it talk like Hans. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. You could take the whole entire like Wayne's World transcript or whatever and upload that into there. So, and then when life gives you listings, make closing statements. Hey, that's not bad. So yeah, so now you've got a reel that you can just put on your like teleprompter or your thing. But yeah,
I
so
would say this is the moment of truth.
cut to a close up of your determined face whispering. This is it, the moment of truth. Yeah, so that, of course, like creating reels and stuff, and especially what you do, Shawn. The creativity aspect, it's decent, but to be like super creative, it's a little different. They'll probably never say like year one where you and Kristen and stuff were doing the like burn her. They probably want that. You might have to like really tweak it a bit. But the thing is, like now we've got your speaking style and stuff. So now we can make adjustments here and just like, all right, let's make it for Halloween, include witches and Salem witch trials time. See if it does do much with this. You're trusted as a real estate agent from the 1690s with the complete pilgrim mat. See, you were wearing
starting every video with I now going on.
Hey, you're in GTA. They're spookily charming. you approach a house that's straight out of a witch's fairy tale. You conduct a tour for a family dressed as witches and wizards. You wave your wand, disguise it. You were having like a wand, like 20 different wand implements as a wand, but or not, maybe not a wand, but
Sounds like the 8th Harry Potter book.
yeah. And for those chilly October nights, gather around this cauldron and conjure up some s'mores. Magic, right? Yeah. Welcome to our new haunted home. So, yeah. So, I mean, I guess overall, with explain it took about 50 minutes. So, let me. Do we have some questions in the chat, Kristen?
Could you copy and paste that prompt that you had when you asked it to analyze Shawn's writing style or speaking style?
Yeah. Let me see here. Because I tried pasting it, but I got to break it in parts.
Oh shit.
It's too long. So that's the first part, and then here is the second part.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, that is how it is done.
That is awesome. That's so helpful.
Yeah, you're welcome. Glad you found it helpful.
That was fucking awesome, buddy. Honestly, I want you on here once a month with just updates on what they're changing. They change so rapidly now.
Yeah, so that's so I switched my call to monthly as of last week, just due to my own personal time constraints and the stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes for all that stuff. So like I've been working on this for probably 5 months. I'm releasing a website and stuff, and then working on a course, and also my own personal production kind of gets in the way. But yeah, so but yeah, if you guys want to come, first Friday of the month, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 p.m. Eastern is my call, where we go through all this stuff, and we go through, I mean, basically kind of very similar to what we're doing today. So yeah, you can come once a month, Shawn. So fair easier because I want to pack in as much like content and like go-to stuff, and I was just spinning, as Shawn and Kristen, you guys know, it takes a lot of time to do a weekly mastermind with newsletters and getting guests, and it's just
we're running low on guests. Actually, that's what we're struggling with right now.
Oh, is that why I was invited?
No, not at all.
No, we've been trying to have you here since September.
Yeah. No,
yeah, you wanted to come after the Chiefs won, and I'm like, nah. I didn't know it's the day after. Well, that was before we knew the Chiefs were going to Super Bowl, but I had a good feeling. So I'm from Kansas, so originally.
No, you're always great.
But yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This is amazing. I am literally going to make my own GPT right now.
Yeah, awesome.
If anybody wants to hop on like a 20-minute Zoom call with me this week to try and record their own voice and speaking style, let me know. And we can pull a transcript and do something similar.
Yeah. So this one. So after I was on here last time, Kelly had a lot of questions. And then so what I did, we had just a Zoom call with the two of us, and I just asked her a lot of stuff about herself, how long she's been in real estate, what's her spirit animal, and different things like that. And then I didn't even tell her what I was doing, but I had my otter running in the background. And then after those first 15 minutes of like getting to know Kelly a little better, just a very natural conversation, then I just took that transcript and I did the exact same thing. And so that's why we got Kelly's speaking style, her natural speaking style, because she was a little worried. She was like, I do YouTube videos, but I don't feel like I talk in the camera that polished way as much as I do in an edited way as much as I do this. So yeah, that's what we did. Exactly what we were talking about. Kristen's just, hey, tell me about yourself. And also you get to know another realtor a lot better.
Yeah.
Kelly would be a sphinx. Anyway, that was awesome. Her spirit animal. That was awesome. Love you, James. I got to run though too. So
okay.
Today's fucking nuts. But thank you so much. You're the best. I'll have you on. We'll have you on again soon for sure.
Okay.
Like when you're not busy.
Yeah, if you guys like think of like just like DM me, like if you're like wondering like some topics and stuff, because, you know, I've probably gone over this probably in front of like 2,000 realtors, exactly what we kind of went over right here. And, you know, it's even if I go over it monthly or bi-monthly, it's still, you know, it's hard to take everything in right away on this stuff. And like the speaking style, I believe, is probably the most important part. The other thing, if you want to enhance your sales abilities and make the most out of your listing appointments, is to use the voice chat feature on your app. And then you can role play with, like, you're going on a listing presentation. Basically just set the scene, you know, what you're doing. Like, hey, I'm meeting with Cindy, and this is a listing presentation for a $2.5 million house in Arvada, Colorado. And so, you know, what's role play, and you're going to be very difficult to sign the agreement. And you're going to, you know, throw a ton of objections at me. And like, you can just be driving and just role play that. So I did that quite a bit too.
Great idea, James. Like, just to role play like that. Like, such a good time killer too, driving back and forth from where.
Yeah. We spent a lot of times in our cars. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
There. So James, tell us where the people can find you.
You can follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm most active, on James Hund _real estate. And then once I do release, probably this month, later this month, my website, which got a lot of free materials for real estate agents, whether it's like you know, listing presentation. I got a few ebooks on ChatGPT and AI, and this stuff that I use to streamline my business. And that will be theelevatedrealtors.com. It's not out yet, but hopefully I'll have it released by the time other people are watching this video. So yeah, and then you can also follow my YouTube channel, where I post a lot of my masterminds on AI content, Elevated Realtors. And then my local channel that I haven't been as, you know, active on is denverhomestoday.com. Or no, well, that's my website, but Denver Homes Today is my local production channel. So if you want to give that a follow too, and just like the videos and let them play in the background, that'd be awesome too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.